A senior statesman says the new government cannot claim legitimacy if the events of the 12 months before the elections are not corrected. He said John Kaputin, a former MP and Secretary General of ACP, said John was referring to the takeover of the NA government, retrospective acts after court rulings, and storming to the High Court by the then Prime Minister to arrest the Chief Justice. He likened some of the actions as criminal and sets a dangerous precedence. John EGGINS reports.
Sir John was at Rapopop Resort over the long weekend, working out what might be next after the election. He contested 2012 after a long absence.
24,000 was quite a good support, and I must thank our people.
Sir John decided to contest the East New Britain governor seat this time. He was member for Rabaul before and held portfolios such as Justice and Foreign Affairs. When he lost Rabaul to Dr. Alan Marret, Parliament underlined his contributions to Papua New Guinea by putting him up for the position of Secretary General of APAC, the Asia, Caribbean and Pacific Group of States.
What was truly remarkable about the campaign was the evidence it provided of Sir John Kaputin's high reputation in countries in all of the ACP regions.
That exposure, and from his own as one of the early leaders of the country, he was concerned, even angry, at what happened in the 12 months before this government. Sir John put it bluntly that the O'Neill-NAMAH group that took over the government committed criminal acts.
An election does not provide any right to anybody to say that, oh, now we can reconcile. After they had gone through all the fiasco, people entering the Supreme Court of Papua New Guinea or making up legislations in Parliament to give themselves the legitimacy. Yes. Those things. You've gone through that, and now you said, oh, sorry, now we have had an election, let's forget about this. It's criminal.
Many of the actions, accusations and counters between the O'Neill-NAMAH group, NA, and the Supreme Court have been left at that. If anything was done, the new government announced that it will repeal the Judicial Act.
We must now resolve to never repeat those difficult and challenging experiences.
And BELDEN NAMAH, now the opposition leader, apologized in Parliament for storming the Supreme Court to arrest the Chief Justice.
I want to say sorry to the people of this country. If anything that I have done as the Deputy Prime Minister in the then government of O'Neill-NAMAH government, I want to, on this floor of Parliament, apologize to the Chief Justice of this country.
But Sir John says these retrospective acts don't correct wrongs. They set a dangerous precedent in the history of the country.
Restoring basic fundamentals at the national, provincial and even at the community level have been the reasons that have forced Sir John to contest this recent election. He had been member for Rabaul for over 30 years, independence onwards. His beloved Rabaul, now still recovering from Tavuvu and Vulcan 13 years on. Sir John lost at the ballot box this round, but he contends even that has the hallmarks of corruption and has taken it to the Court of Disputed Returns. John EGGINS, National EMTV News.